All right, everybody. Welcome back to the Spire Podcast. This is the Ohio State Wednesday podcast where I just talk about anything Ohio State related. And for this week, I got a topic that's more general, not necessarily about this season. It's just, is Ohio State the most consistent program of all time? So this is going to be a kind of heated discussion, I think, for some people. There's a lot of great teams, I think, that you can choose from. I'd say, like, Alabama, Michigan might be up there just because they have the most wins, but I don't really think they are. Oklahoma's been pretty good for a long time. Teams like that. So, do I think Ohio State is the most consistent program of all time? And the answer is, honestly, I think they are, and here's why. Ohio State, they haven't really had a bad season in almost a decade, I would say. Actually, probably over a decade. The program's always having a lot of wins. There's an argument you can make for not having a winning record against Michigan, but you have to think most of those wins that Michigan has are from like pre-1920s, like pre-World War I and World War II. So Ohio State was like a little bit of a newer program than them, so obviously Michigan was going to be better. So they got out to a lot of wins recently, but if you actually look at it from like 2000s and like more recently, like the last 100 years, Ohio State has a winning record against them almost every single decade. So that argument kind of, like, I can see why, but it doesn't really make a huge argument for some people to say that. And then another reason why I would say is like, they've won national championships and pretty consistently. They have a lot. Alabama, they have like a really big like dynasty with Nick Saban, but they weren't like anything like really good. They weren't always like that. They weren't always that great. So it's a little hard to say they're that consistent. Compared to like Ohio State, who's been winning like a lot, no matter what decade really. I mean, they recruit really well. Coaches are great, and they just have a lot of success. And Oklahoma, they've had a few bad seasons. They're really solid though. I would say they're probably second, honestly, just because they have all those like NFL players first of all, and then they have a lot of consistency. 7-8 win seasons a lot. But I would say like consistent doesn't necessarily mean the best. It just means you have to get like a lot, like a decent amount of wins like every season. And I really think Ohio State does that. Sometimes a lot of seasons will have 10 or 11 wins, but even if we aren't like our best season necessarily, there's still like 8-7 wins at least, I feel like. So I just think Ohio State is the most consistent program. And yeah, that's what I think. So thank you all for listening to this podcast, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Bye.